Hello, and today we're going to have a look at triangles. So first of all, we're going to talk about properties of triangles. So you need to know the four different kinds of triangle: equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene triangle, and right angle triangle. Once you know the names of them, you also need to know their properties. So with an equilateral triangle, you need to know that all sides are equal and all angles are equal. Now, the sum of interior angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. So on an equilateral triangle, each of the interior angles would be 60 degrees. With an isosceles triangle, you need to know that two sides are equal, and that's what these two little lines here mean, and two angles are equal. So the opposite angles down here will be equal too. This means this triangle is quite popular for questions because they can test you in different ways, assuming you know the properties. Third type of triangle is the scalene triangle. Now with the scalene triangle, no sides or angles are equal. And the final type of triangle is a right angle triangle. That has a right angle in it, so a 90-degree angle. And a right angle triangle can be isosceles, so it can have two equal sides, or it can be scalene, so it can be either. You may be asked fact questions on triangles, and obviously if you know your facts, that really helps there. Remember, a triangle has an interior angle sum of 180 degrees. And remember to know your angle classifications as well. So I have posted a poster up today, which has the angle classifications. So an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180. A straight line angle is 180 degrees. A reflex angle is greater than 180 but less than 360. And a full turn or a full revolution is 360 degrees. Those facts need to be concrete as well, so that you can deal with any property of shape questions that come up. Right. Let's have a look at how we find missing angles in a triangle. So your questions can involve both interior and exterior angles. This first one we're looking at today, we've been given two interior angles for the triangle, and we need to find the third. Once we've found the third, we're able to find this angle X out here. So let's find the interior angle first. Just get my pen up, 1 second. Okay, so we currently have 50 degrees here and 60 here. So 50 plus 60 equals 110. We know that we need to have 180 degrees for the interior angle sum of a triangle. So this angle here must be 180 minus 110, which equals 70. So I have a 70-degree angle in here. Once I've found this, I can find X here. Because I know there are 180 degrees on a straight line, I have to do the sum 180 degrees minus 70 will leave me with the exterior angle being 110 degrees. Okay, we're going to come over to this triangle now. And this triangle here has these little lines here. These lines indicate that these lines here are equal. Therefore, I know that this is an isosceles triangle. If this is an isosceles triangle and this angle here is 23, this angle here must also be 23 degrees. Now that I have these two angles, I can calculate this angle here. So 23 plus 23 will give me 46. I know there are 180 degrees in a triangle, so I do 180 degrees minus 46 degrees, and that is going to leave me with 134 degrees. So I now know that X is 134 degrees. Now, coming down to this one here, we have two missing angles. So I need to find my straight line angle here, the exterior angle here, and I also need to find my interior angle Y degrees here. So we have 108 degrees and 43 degrees in here already. So 108 add 43 is going to give me 151 degrees already in my triangle. So 180 take away 151 will leave me with 29 degrees. So I know that Y is 29 degrees. Now to find x, well, x is on a straight line with 43 degrees. So to find x, I would do 180 minus 43, which would give me 137 degrees. So I've found both of my angles here. Now the next thing we're going to look at is how to find area in a triangle. Now there are two ways of writing the area formula, and you should go with the one that makes the most sense to you. So the area of a triangle, the formula is a half of base times height, or you can, if you prefer, do it as base times height divided by 2. These are essentially the same thing. It depends which one you're more comfortable with. So looking here at this triangle here, we need to work out the area by multiplying the base times height and then halving it. So here our base is 8, and our height, you'll notice here, is represented by this dotted line. This is because the height needs to be the perpendicular height. So you need to, perpendicular lines, if you remember, are two lines that will meet to form a right angle. So this dotted line here joins the base at a right angle and gives us our height. So if you're going to use this first one here, a half of base times height, you can basically halve the base if you want, or halve the height, either one will do. So this will become 4, and you can just do 6 times 4 equals 24. If you're more comfortable with this one here, you would do 6 times 8 divided by 2, which is 48, divided by 2, and that will also give you 24, and your area is 24 centimetres squared. So remember, it's always, area is always in units squared. Now with this triangle here, you'll notice the dotted lines are outside of the triangle. Okay, this is because it's not possible to give you the perpendicular height by drawing a perpendicular line to the base here to create 90 degrees, because you would just wouldn't end up going the whole way. So often when you see these signs here with these dotted lines here, it's to enable the drawing to show you the perpendicular height. This is not part of the triangle. Okay, the solid lines enclose the triangle. This is just to give you a perpendicular height. So for this one here, we have a base of 7 and we have a height of 6. And this time I would halve the height. So go 3, and you can do 7 times 3 equals 21 centimetres squared. Again, if you prefer this base times height divided by 2, you can do 6 times 7 divided by 2 equals 42 divided by 2, which will also give you your 21 centimetres squared. I hope you find that useful, and a worksheet to accompany this has been uploaded as well.